It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports. It's been an interesting season so far. Lots of action, lots of intrigue. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Miami Heat. For the Heat, they don't want to disappoint the hometown fans, but they'll have their hands full taking on one of the top teams in the league. We'll see if they can get it done. And here we go, toe-to-toe, two of the most formidable front courts in the NBA. Shaq, tonight, how do you see this battle of the bigs being played out?
Well, it's not checkers. It'll definitely be a chess match in the terms of rotations, substitutions. Each team will try to establish itself very, very early.
I thought maybe it'd be a lot more physical than a chess match.
Oh, chess can be physical. You didn't watch Bobby Fischer? He's still missing.
Well, stretch bigs will try to put shot blockers, away from the basket. And then when you get those shot blockers away, you get drives to the rim. So the power bigs, they try to throw their weight around on the blocks, but overall, the stretch bigs separate the floor.
I think it's time to tip this thing off. Kevin Harlan has the call. We'll see you later.
Nothing goes together like the Heat and Miami as we get ready for an interconference contest here at the American Airlines Arena. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge.
And as you were mentioning, that trade has this team buzzing. You can see it in the warm-up line, how loose and confident they look now with him on that roster.
And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Now Golden State's starting five. Lethal shooting pair of Clay and KD out on the perimeter. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. And it's Curry in at the point guard position.
And for Kevin Durant, one area that he excelled in last season was his rim protection. Used his length and timing to disrupt a lot of shots. And I think that's what he focused on. Joining the Warriors, you knew he was going to score, but he wanted the responsibility and came through defensively for Golden State.
On defense, the Heat, defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, fought hard really all game long, and I'm thinking, maybe a little couple-minute surge there at the end would do it, but the inability to kind of really lock in down the stretch ultimately prevented them from coming away with the win.
And Whiteside stays right with it.
Well, when it comes to collecting rebounds, Hassan Whiteside is one of the best in the league. Outstanding job creating a second chance opportunity and getting the shot to go.
Now here's Durant. He had 19 points in the win against the Magic in Orlando.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Wade kicks to Dragic. Another miss by Dragic.
And 1 for 5 is a tough way to start the game, Kevin. They got to get it going.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
And the sinewy body of Kevin Durant allows him to finish through the physical play.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Dragic against Curry. And Dragic gets it to go on the assist by Whiteside.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Now here's Green. 9 points last game. Rebound by Olynyk. It's deflected. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Eric Spoelstra. David?
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Curry. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Picked by Pachulia. And Durant, here we go. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle, but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
First free throw is good.
Well, the pure length of Durant makes his shot so difficult to contest. Just one of many reasons he lives at the free throw line.
Durant hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Curry against Dragic. Screen by Olynyk. Dragic the pass to Waiters. Dragic kicks to Waiters. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Waiters got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Curry on the wing. He's guarded by Dragic. Outside Durant. He dishes it to Thompson. Green, the screen. Off the pick. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Thompson's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, I don't think Clay even sees the D when he's shooting the ball this well.
Wade kicks to Olynyk. Inside. Pulls up on the elbow. Right side, no good.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities, and the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. Here's Dragic. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Charlotte. Now the feed to Wade. Right side a screen. And it's Wade penetrating. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Are you surprised that Dwayne Wade is going to score that far in the paint? I'm not.
Curry dishes to Durant. Back to Curry. There's the pass to Pachulia. Over Whiteside. Pachulia, no luck.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Whiteside, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 8 points for Steph Curry.
Got to do your best to make Steph put the ball on the floor. I know he can still do that, but catch and shoot is just deadly.
Pass to Whiteside. Doesn't go that time. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Well, most of the time guys come off the bench and just try to stabilize. Tonight they got some serious points, and when you're on the road, it gives you unanticipated advantages.
The Warriors shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Thompson. Well, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in.
I mean, one thing with Klay, too, in his shot, he believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, so does his teammates. And he's got that shooter's mentality where he just will continue to trust in his mechanics. And I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
Brent, you played briefly with the Heat. What was it like coming to this team mid-season and getting to play with a player who is revered by Miami fans in Alonzo Mourning?
Well, the thing that I always thought about with Alonzo Mourning was the intensity with which he played with, and to watch his approach both in practice and in his preparation to get ready for big-time basketball was the most impressive part of having an opportunity to suit up with a Hall of Famer in Alonzo Mourning. That screen made it impossible for the defense to put up any kind of fight.
Dragic kicks to Waiters. He feeds it to Olynyk. Dishes to Dragic. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down. And, you know, last season, it seemed like it was a strong return to form for Goran Dragic. Was able to be more ball dominant when he was on the floor. And that style seems to work to his advantage. And he just seemed more comfortable in his role with this team.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Heat. Free throw drops for Goran Dragic. Greg, with Dragic in his statistical resurgence for several seasons, he had been sharing playmaking duties with guys like Wade and Bledsoe.
And as great as those players are, Dragic is best when he's the lead guard. Seems to be best paired with a shooter. A player's mentality can change when he is or isn't the primary ball handler, and that's been the case with Dragic. They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Heat have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
Winslow's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Then for the Warriors, Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Durant, and it's Livingston in for Curry. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. So, Brent, certain players are known for getting into people's heads. Who is a guy you played against that really challenged your mental toughness?
I'll give you 2 examples, Kevin. As an opponent, I would tell you that Vernon Maxwell was one of the less cerebral and more in-your-face aggressive players that I ever faced as an opponent. But on the flip side of that, Kevin, there were guys I played with that sometimes would challenge you mentally. In particular, one Gary Payton in Seattle. Always interesting to see how he approached the game, and sometimes even his own teammates.
But you always welcome the challenge, I'm sure.
Well, I take it head on. I mean, that's what guys do. They're paid to compete.
Now, here's Livingston after Dion Waiters' miss. Shoots a fader. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Hits it from three-point range.
Dragic always scattering around, but that time got his feet up underneath him and knocks down the long ranger.
And taken away by Johnson. Outside Dragic. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. 10 points for Goran Dragic.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Livingston. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Orlando. Iguodala, no good. Miami leading by 6. Outside Dragic, pass to Waiters. The 15-footer bounces high off the rim and drops. Waiters got 5 now.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
A different look for Miami. Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Josh Richardson comes in for Dion Waiters. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. David West, he's checked in for Golden State. Young comes in for Klay Thompson. Now here's Livingston. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
So hard for guards to contest Sean Livingston on shots like that.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. Johnson the screen. Pass to Winslow. They set the pick. Here's Adebayo. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup. And when you watch the Warriors, one thing that just jumps out is their passing. Everyone on this team, they allow the ball to dictate where it goes. Just unselfish to a fault.
He's off on the first. And the Warriors last year averaging right around 30 assists a game as a team. Greg, just a huge number, and they led the league in that regard by a wide margin.
Yeah, the passing they do is what they purpose as well. And I really feel like they have the highest collective basketball IQ in the game. I mean, they get a lot of free points off backdoor cuts or leak outs, and that's all because of their ball movement and awareness as a group.
Now here's Livingston. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. They set the screen. Iguodala kicks to McGee. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. And now just a 4-point Heat lead.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Johnson. His last outing, 16 points for him. Good ball movement here by Miami. Kicks to Richardson. There's the dish to Winslow. Shot clock at 6. Richardson with it, and Young picks him up defensively.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And it's Young finishing it off.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Now here's Johnson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Winslow, the pass to Johnson. Johnson with a screen on Young. Feeds it to Richardson. The Heat need to get a shot off. Johnson can't hit. The Warriors trail. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
West dishes to Young. He kicks it to Livingston. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Tries to snap the cold streak, and Johnson with the stuff.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Picked by West. Iguodala with it. Now guarded by Winslow. It's deflected. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Heat.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Johnson the screen to the inside. Winslow's shot is off.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but man, that's an easy shot.
Plays it up and banks it in.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Johnson kicks to Richardson. Johnson the screen. The feed to Johnson. Baseline try. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
His release is just so smooth from the mid-range.
Now here's Livingston. He's guarded by Johnson. Back to Livingston. In the corner, Iguodala with it. No good on the three.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Johnson's shot is off. Warriors trail by 4. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Now here's Livingston. Defense is right there. Here's West. Some solid defense from Johnson.
Yeah, defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
And that does it for the first quarter. Miami ahead, up by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And certainly one of the game's bigger personalities, Draymond Green, had this to say about his approach to leadership.
Most importantly, it's just about how the guys respond to me. And, you know, just really bringing that energy and that attitude and that fire each and every night, every day, whether it's in practice, whether it's, you know, in the game, whatever it is, just always bringing that energy and that passion.
A heart and soul guy, Draymond Green has the kind of spirit, guys, that everyone else can just kind of feed off of.
Yeah, his talents and contributions now being appreciated. He's forced his way into the discussion of top 10 players in our league.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, their efforts have been rewarded here after one. Winning the battle over second chance points has them ahead on the scoreboard.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. Richardson and Winslow out on the perimeter. James Johnson is out there with Adebayo. And it's Johnson in at the 5. They get it back, goes back up, and West finishes it off. And that makes it a tie ball game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Well, Eric Spoelstra known for being a player's coach, but he also isn't afraid to dish out some tough love. With this team in a rebuilding phase, he's had to do that a lot.
Well, I think what he's trying to do is just get the most out of every player on the team, and he lets them know, I'm going to put you in positions, guys, to maximize your potential. Sometimes that can come from tough love, but most of the time it's because they want greatness. That's what the Miami Heat organization is all about.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. And Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. And here's Livingston after James Johnson was able to get the triple. Puts up a three. Here's Adebayo. The rebound by Young.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Golden State moving it around. Another miss by Iguodala.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Now here's Livingston. He's guarded by Johnson. Now here's Livingston. Can't hit from in close. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way to the left side wing. Here's Johnson. 9 points in the game so far. Johnson outside. Shoots over Livingston. That one off the back iron and out. Golden State's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Young passes to Livingston. Picked by West. Iguodala dishes to Young. Iguodala kicks to Young. Johnson with the block. And the pass to Winslow. From deep, Richardson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Richardson shooting it now from deep. Good touch on the long ranger.
Timeout called the Warriors. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. Green against Olynyk. Green, the screen. Thompson outside. Over Waiters. The shot by Thompson, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
Waiters no luck.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Looking to end the drought. And it's Thompson again missing. The Heat leading by 5. Pass to Whiteside. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. 11 points for Hassan Whiteside.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Dragic against Curry. Outside Durant. And he makes good on the layup. Durant's got 6.
Well, as good as he is from the outside, Durant can beat you up with a variety of inside moves as well.
Outside a screen. Now Wade. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Whiteside, this is to Dragic. Screen by Olynyk. Three-pointer, Wade, and Durant sends it back.
The long arm of the law. Durant is not a premier shot blocker, but you wouldn't know it from that play.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Waiters. He's coming off a 10-point game against Charlotte. Dragic with a wide open look, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
Yeah, and it is that screen that opens up the necessary space for Dragic to drain the shot.
Watching the way Dragic can slice through a defense, it's easy to see why he is one of the better playmakers in the league.
Well, Kevin, over the past 2 seasons, almost averaging 6 assists a ball game, and you think about who it is that he's been surrounded by, there's not a ton of shooting out there. So if the roster picks up a couple of other dead-eye shooters, those assist numbers are going to go up for Dragic.
He dishes it to Whiteside. Back to Dragic. Waiters outside. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got his 3rd assist on the night. On the wing, Thompson. Dishes it to Pachulia. Over in the corner, Green. Offensive rebound. Tries again. Shoots over Olynyk. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Whiteside. Racking up the points down low. Well, that's exactly what these guys have done this season. Check out the top scoring big men in the NBA. In the third spot, Hassan Whiteside.
That's as scary a collection of big men as you'd want to see. I mean, game planning for any of them is a challenge because you know how much defensive attention you're going to have to devote to them.
Well, you're building a team. The foundation starts here. Big men who can dominate a game offensively in the low post. Every franchise would like to have one, and this is the cream of the crop.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Heat leading by 8. Outside Dragic. He feeds it to Waiters. Screen by Olynyk. Waiters gets a wide open look, and the shot falls short this time.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
How about last year, Draymond Green pulled off one of the more improbable and impossible statistical games. He had a triple-double with points not even being involved. First ever in the NBA. 4 points, 12 boards, 10 assists, and 10 steals. Wow.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. You know, Brent, thinking back to Draymond's triple-double, he also had 5 blocks in that game. He was 6 points away, in fact, from getting a quadruple-double, and 5 from getting a quadruple-double without points.
That's an unreal stat line, and probably a lot of people who still get newspapers, Kevin, looked at those numbers and thought, wow, the printing machine must be broken. That game was on another level. And to just have 4 points in that contest shows you that Draymond Green puts the emphasis on all the other things that he does so well.
Now Thompson, after the missed 3 from Goran Dragic. The drive by Thompson, stolen by Waiters. And there's the call on Pachulia. That'll be his second foul of the game. Passes it to Whiteside.
The underrated part of Kevin Durant's game, his length and timing affecting shots.
Curry with a wide open look. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one. Dragic against Curry. And it's Dragic off the drive. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
Well, sending out the memo to the team, get Whiteside the rock. Everything he's touching right now is going in.
Pass to Green. 14 feet away. Miami grabs the miss.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. That's a shot that you want to take. Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Dragic with it. He's got 12. Kicks it to Olynyk. Wade against Durant. The dish to Whiteside. Clock at 6. Over Pachulia. And Whiteside again. Whiteside's got 15.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
Curry passes to Green. Pachulia kicks to Curry. Back to Pachulia. Green left side. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Love it when Klay Thompson has his head up, always looking to feed the cutter. This time his teammate wide open.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Dragic with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Back to Whiteside. It's stolen by Green. To the middle. Here's Durant. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Now just a 2-point Heat lead.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And there's the call on Durant. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
And here are the Heat now. Waiters outside. Feeds to Dragic. Olynyk in the corner. No one near him. They get it back. And the jam by Whiteside.
You have to do a lot of things defensively to prevent Hassan Whiteside from scoring. He is just an Adonis out there. Look at that body, and still gets those shots to go like he did there.
Now here's Curry. 20 points for him last game against the Magic in Orlando. And Whiteside sends it back. That's the Heat on the break. Wade with the ball. And Durant sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. And a new group in for the Heat. Adebayo is checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Justice Winslow comes in for Dwayne Wade. Josh Richardson's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. Golden State also making some changes. West comes in for Green. Young is subbed in for Klay Thompson. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Curry's shot is off. The Heat leading by 4. And Greg, you hear about the competitive culture that this Miami Heat franchise has.
Yeah, and that doesn't always work for some teams, but it works for the Heat. This group will push each other all the time to be the best they can be. The practices have a feel of game level intensity.
Here's Young. The Heat getting the bucket. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. Picked by Pachulia. Oh, that's blocked. And there's the call on Durant. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. James Johnson's checked in for Whiteside. And then for Golden State, JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Johnson, the pass to Adebayo. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the half. Richardson kicks to Johnson. 6 to shoot. And the pass to Adebayo. Good ball movement here by Miami. And the shot is good from Johnson. Johnson's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And the nice replay of the long-range three-pointer courtesy of Under Armour. The Unleash Chaos moment. Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 16-point game against Orlando. And the shot goes in. Livingston's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Johnson outside. He kicks to Richardson. Johnson right side. And no good trying to get that one. And so that's the end of the first half. Heat lead by 7. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. With Draymond Green, Draymond rebounding a bit of a struggle. How do you improve that?
Hit your man, you know, get 5 guys to the boards. Guards get in there and clean up those boards that's loose, but you know, our big guys got to hold our mans off, and we've been doing that this half.
We'll see if all 5 can get you more boards in that second half, Dre. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. A tremendous game we're seeing from Hassan Whiteside. He ended up with 17 points, 13 rebounds, and 1 assist. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
Well, they've been playing with some toughness. And it's led to a nice lead for them, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers. And now they need to stay mean, Ernie. You cannot lose that edge in the second half.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
Well, they just didn't produce enough offense. I don't know if it's because they were expending so much energy on the defensive end, but clearly they have to take a look at this. What plays are we calling? And how can we improve that? And they have to do it fast, because if they don't, this game is going to run away from them.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
A shot of American Airlines Arena in the lights of Miami, Florida. Welcome back, everyone, to the action here. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Hassan Whiteside in this game. Guys, he's everywhere.
And how about that? Already through 2 quarters and some change, he's got a double-double.
Well, it's an impressive performance thus far, but it goes beyond just his ability right now. He's just simply outworking the opponent.
And so here is Golden State. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Inside, we've got Draymond at the 4 and Pachulia to his side. Lethal shooting pair of Clay and KD out on the perimeter. And it's Curry in at the point guard. And Draymond Green was asked if he would be a different player, Brent, if he wasn't so vocal. His response was that he absolutely would.
Well, he's 100% right. I played with Gary Payton in Seattle, and if he wasn't yapping, he wasn't playing as well. I would say that Draymond Green falls into that sort of category. He brings an edge, he brings an intensity, and that helps the other guys on the team settle into the roles that they feel most comfortable with.
And so he hits both. Brent, each coach has his strengths and they've got weaknesses, but if you needed someone to drop a play to get you one bucket out of a timeout, who are some of the names you turn to?
I think I'm going to turn to Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, possibly James Harden, because 2 points can happen after a free throw, right, Kev? So
yes.
I could get James Harden to the line, and then one LeBron James. That's not a bad list of guys to turn to if I need 2 points.
Absolutely. And then what coach would you have draw up that play?
If I don't say Pop, my life will cease to exist. I will say Greg Popovich in late game situations does a marvelous job. Not only, Kevin, of getting the ball to the guy that he wants potentially to get the game winner, but to have options and to make sure that that player sees those options in case something breaks down.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Wade with it, guarded now by Durant. Waiters for 3. That one misses. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. On the wing, Thompson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Dwayne Wade.
I watch Klay Thompson, and I see a player at that position who is as complete as you want in an offensive package. He can hurt you from deep or going to the rim, and guys defensively just never feel comfortable when you're trying to slow him down.
That free throw good from Thompson. And with Thompson, so much of why he is effective, Brent, is that he has a myriad of ways to hurt you. Great post-up game, and he's really improved greatly on his finishing.
Well, everybody talks about Klay Thompson doing a better job of mixing it up. But the fact of the matter is this Golden State offense is predicated on players moving without the basketball. And Klay Thompson, certainly one of the most dangerous players in the league, much like Rip Hamilton during his years in Detroit. A weapon as soon as he caught the ball off of that movement.
Now here's Dragic. The feed now to Wade. Over Durant. The Heat rebound, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Well, for a guy who averages 8 attempts at the line during his entire career, Dwayne Wade continues to find ways to get to the charity stripe.
And you look at all the accomplishments, all the great moments from Wade's career. No doubt he is going to the Hall as soon as he's eligible. One of the greatest two guards to ever play.
Shooting two.
That free throw good from Wade. And it's shocking when you look at the numbers that Wade has had over the years. He never won an MVP award. Certainly, Greg played like an MVP in some of his seasons.
But the rest of the accolades are there for D. Wade. All the trips to the All-Star game, the first team, all defense, the all NBA teams. But most important to him and his legacy are the 3 NBA titles.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Wade is a very consistent performer from the foul line. This is why you always avoid fouling him if you can.
Thompson outside. Pass to Green. Durant for 3. Rebound by the Heat. Whiteside's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's Wade over Durant. He shoot again. It's deflected.
That's great anticipation by Pachulia, using his length to turn that shot away.
And you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you'd think it's all about dunks. But I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer.
One shot.
Free throw, good. Whiteside. Whiteside earlier in his career didn't have as many options to score, but Greg, he's been very conscious of keeping that improvement of his game, and especially on the offensive end.
And Whiteside has been self-motivated since he's come back to the NBA. He's got the great length. He gets the hooks. He's got that baby hook up over the defenders, the soft shooting touch, and he just continues to improve offensively, all the while still being a force on the defensive side of the floor.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write, and by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you. Green, that's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Green's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Warriors. Dishes it to Waiters. Whiteside a screen. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and the play by Waiters as he finishes it off for 2.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Last season, Steph Curry got off to a slow start, and I guarantee you a lot of players would have loved his slow start, but eventually got it going. When Kevin Durant went down, Steph Curry stepped up, and a lot of that MVP swagger returned for the Golden State Warriors.
Here's Curry. He's got 11. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pachulia with the screen on Waiters. Plenty of daylight on that shot. And that's now 11 points for Klay Thompson.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Dragic dishes to Wade. Count it. And the Heat lead by 9.
they're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Curry kicks to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Yeah, I'd feel good with Steph Curry running the show if I was a coach. He passes like that, and it tells you just how unselfish his play can be.
Miami's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And Olynyk kicks to Wade. Olynyk sets a screen for Wade. Over Green. And the shot is long.
That's a great effort on defense. He definitely rushed his shot a little bit down low.
And a chance now to review the shot chart for the Warriors.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Roof shot.
First one falls for him.
Hassan Whiteside's journey to the NBA has been a wild one, and you can't help but root for him at this point. Out of the league for 2 entire seasons, comes back as a dominant force with the Miami Heat, and now slowly, steadily becoming one of the most consistent big men the league has to offer.
And both free throws good from Whiteside. And Whiteside getting rewarded before the start of the last season. Signed a max contract with Miami, and Brent, the future of the franchise, in the middle.
Amazing that Hassan Whiteside actually became the very first player to ever go from making the league minimum to signing a maximum contract. Wow, big man and a big shift in the economics.
The Heat leading by 7. Waiters passes to Dragic. "11 feet away. Good on the jump shot. Dragic has got 14 points.
Terrific patience around the paint area from Dragic there. Calmly knocks one down from the interior.
Durant kicks to Pachulia. Outside, Green. Shoots over Olynyk. Green, no luck.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
Dragic dishes to Wade. Back to Dragic. 5 on the clock. Whiteside, high post. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. Taking a look here at the numbers for Curry. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. 11th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And no one's been able to guard him out there. Defender's been trying to get physical with him, but time and time again, he just shrugs him off and drills it. The first free throw is good. Brent, when you played, you were able to score in a variety of ways. Which do you think you were better at, shooting off the catch or off the dribble?
There's no doubt that shooting off the catch, Kevin, was much easier for me. I love the fact that I could get my feet set, start to anticipate when the ball was coming, who the ball was coming from, and then establish my own rhythm for each of those opportunities to cast away at the rim.
I would think, though, you'd get rhythm by working off the dribble, too.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be able to do that, but I oftentimes use that dribble to maybe create another opportunity for a teammate. And then the other idea, Kevin, is if you're a great catch-and-shoot player, the pump fake and one dribble in, that's something you have to perfect to keep the defense honest in terms of their closeout.
Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here's Curry. He's got 11. Thompson passes to Green. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one's on Johnson.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Free throw good, Green.
Draymond Green is one of the most effective two-way players in the game and is so unique for his size to dominate the glass, be a rim protector, make plays, and excite the crowd. Draymond does it all.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Adebayo is checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Justice Winslow comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Richardson in for Dion Waiters.
And you look at the way the Warriors went through the postseason last year. The team was certainly on a mission. They swept through the Western Conference, and you could see tremendous laser focus as they tried to avenge that 16 loss to the Cavs.
Good ball movement here by Miami. Passes it to Adebayo. He dishes it to Richardson. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. Warriors trail by 8. And something that we heard last season, Brent, with the dominance of the Warriors and also the Cavs, is that fans are worried the league will become too predictable with these two teams.
I kind of love the fact that we had a finals where we had two teams competing 3 straight years in a row and all the drama around it. This idea about teams being put together and manufactured, that's happened throughout the course of the NBA's history, Kevin. So I don't really buy much into the conversation about what the Warriors have done and what the Cavs did and what other teams are trying to do. There's a lot of ground out there for general managers and coaching to put together the best talent on the floor and try and win championships. Right now, that's happening in Golden State.
Well, you look at this Warriors team, so many players with height that can hit a 3. Bring the ball up court and create a shot for someone else. Actually, Brent, it sounds a lot like you. That being said, do retired players ever dream of playing on a team like this talented?
Well, I think a lot of guys always think about when they're watching an NBA team play, especially ones that play a style with which you were very familiar with, that they want to put themselves out there on the floor and run the break and shoot threes. And yeah, I'm a little jealous about the way the Warriors go about their business. It would be a ton of fun to be spotted up with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry sitting out there on the wing.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Back to Livingston. Johnson against West. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from McGee. The Heat shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. Winslow against Iguodala. Winslow kicks to Johnson. Johnson the screen. There's Winslow. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson. Winslow's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Livingston with it. Johnson on him. Offensive rebound. Another shot. Young in the corner. There's a good screen. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. This is his first free throw of the game.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
Two shots.
First one falls for him. And last season, the Heat showed that they can score and attack you from many different sources.
Well, the Heat have a team where one player can step up for them on any given night, and they improve their outside shooting so much. So many guys had a tremendous year from behind the three-point line. They opened up the floor a bit. So with Dragic running the point and using his speed, they had some other gunners out there who got into a great rhythm, and certainly that winning streak helped their confidence.
Now here's Johnson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Winslow with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Johnson with a screen on Young. Pass to Richardson. They set the pick. Johnson wide open. He fires. Drops in the tray. Johnson's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
McGee a screen. Off the pick. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Tough to know what Livingston was going to do there. He is very good at exploiting the defense in the pick and roll. Love the way that Sean Livingston goes to work when he's on the floor. He knows exactly what his strengths are and how to run an offense. He can act as a scorer at times and usually does it from that mid-range post area. As a guard, not many three-point shots, but devastating from about 8 feet out.
One shot, find the lanes.
And with the height that Sean Livingston has, he provides a mismatch for smaller guards. Also can pass right over the top of them. Brett, I got to tell you, he reminds me a bit of how you used to play.
Well, there's no way that I had that kind of post game, Kevin, but it's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Sean does a great job, however, of finding the spots on the floor where he can be most effective. He does not try to do things whenever he's not at that 12 to 16 foot range where he does most of his damage.
Richardson, good.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Warriors trail by 12. And here's Livingston. He's got 7. Young left side. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Young's got 5 points now this quarter.
Great vision from Sean Livingston, scanning the floor and finding the man.
Johnson kicks to Johnson. Johnson sends the screen for Winslow. Iguodala with the steal. Livingston with it. Johnson on him. Livingston, that's good. Livingston's got 9.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
And there's a minute 45 left here in the third quarter. They get the rebound. Johnson off with the layup. Warriors trail by 7. Now here's Livingston. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Here's McGee. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Richardson? Putting up about 10 points a night, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
That free throw missing.
The Heat story last year was about some kind of rekindling. At the beginning of the year, really struggling. And then all of a sudden, they just burst into flames. They were right in the playoff hunt after the All-Star break. An incredible turnaround for Eric Spoelstra and his staff.
He's off on the second. And the Heat last season winning 30 of their final 41 games of the season. They would finish, Brent, at 500, but they had to work to get there.
Amazing to think that even with that turnaround, maybe just one game could have made the difference for the Heat getting into the playoffs. It ended up becoming Chicago as the 8th seed, and they beat the Heat 2 times last year.
The first one falls.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And Johnson drops them both. James Johnson, the journeyman forward, the kind of player that can eat up minutes at either forward position, Brent, and just do whatever he has to do to contribute to the team on offense.
Again, one of the guys who last year benefited from an incredible run from the teammates around him, and his skills were on full display. At his size, puts the ball down, shoots the 3, goes in and will dunk on somebody. Played with incredible aggressive mindset last year and became a candidate for one of the league's most improved players.
And so here is Golden State following the score by Miami. Here's Young. Here's McGee. And it's McGee with the jam.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends.
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
Here's Richardson. The Warriors making the shot. 6 to shoot. And here's Johnson outside. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Young with no one around. And it's good assisting on the play with Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists tonight. They set the screen. Johnson dishes to Richardson. He feeds it to Johnson. Fade away. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Miami Heat with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Head coach Eric Spoelstra mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Every loose ball, 50-50. We got to come up with those. We got to come up with those. Those will decide the game.
Coach Eric Spoelstra wanting every possible possession, asking his guys for the extra effort.
And it's not just raising your intensity level. You have to maintain it for the long haul. I mean, to really wear down your opponent, you want to break their spirit.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The 4th quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Dragic and Richardson, their backcourt. Whiteside is out there with Johnson. And it's Winslow in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now here's West, and good that time.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Dragic the pass to Johnson. Iguodala against Winslow. Richardson kicks to Whiteside. The dish to Richardson. Here's Dragic from outside. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
I mean, letting that guy shoot freely from out there, he's going to destroy you from the perimeter if you do that.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. West dishes to Livingston. Shoots over Dragic. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Livingston.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Whiteside the pass to Winslow. Whiteside a screen on Iguodala. Richardson kicks to Whiteside. It's rebounded by Livingston.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Here is Livingston. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. West dishes to McGee. That misses off the backboard. The Heat leading by 9, and even 3-on-3 break. There's Winslow. And that one is off. Great D that time from Iguodala. Golden State's gone 7 of 15 from 3-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Shot's good from Young.
And when the D is this non-existent, it's pretty easy for shooters. Fishing with dynamite.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Feeds it to Winslow. Whiteside sets the pick for Winslow. Richardson for 3. David West grabs the miss. West has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Iguodala. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. What is nice to see from Iguodala in the tail end of his career, Brent, is that he has actually gotten more efficient from the floor.
Well, Iguodala does a good job of picking and choosing his spots, and I think having the teammates that he has, drawing that kind of attention, guys like Curry, Durant, and certainly Klay Thompson from the perimeter, opens up opportunities that Iguodala just can read so very well. Doesn't need to be risky with anything he does offensively.
That free throw missing.
Andre Iguodala about as reliable as it gets. Steve Kerr calls him the adult in the room.
A different look for Miami. Olynyk, he's checked in for Johnson. Dwayne Wade comes in for Winslow. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Richardson. Different look here for the Warriors. Pachulia, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Green comes in for David West. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Young. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston.
And for the last few seasons, we've seen where Andre Iguodala's role on offense has diminished. You know, he still contributes, but tends to defer a bit more there. And one thing you can say, though, defensively, still at an elite level in terms of his versatility.
Now, here's Thompson after Dion Waiters' miss. Outside, Dragic kicks it to Waiters. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Yeah, and I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way and just really reacted too late.
And the Warriors making a change here. Durant's checked in. Warriors trail by 5. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. To the paint, here's Green. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one. Perhaps, Greg, the biggest asset Iguodala brings to a team is his ability to defend.
I mean, he just has great timing for when to go for the steal. I mean, he can still move his feet well and can guard anybody, but the versatility to guard point guards to power forwards is something that makes him special.
Warriors have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Pachulia. And Thompson kicks to Curry. Golden State moving the ball around. Here's Durant. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And if you're open, Draymond Green will find you. He's got a great feel.
Waiters outside. There's a screen. Kicks it to Olynyk. Wade right side. Good on the triple. And the Heat lead by 4.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Curry against Dragic. Curry gets the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Waiters kicks to Olynyk. Wade with no one around. Gets a very good look and converts. Wade's got 9 points now in just the second half. Curry passes it to Green. The pass to Pachulia. And it's Green slamming it down.
For all the things that Draymond does, when he gets dunks, it makes him even more excitable.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another unleash chaos moment. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Dragic against Curry. Here's Pachulia. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. And he can't get the first one. When a team signs Pachulia, they're getting a solid center, Brent, but they're also getting an enforcer for their team.
Well, there are a lot of players in the NBA, Kevin, at the center position who are unwilling to accept maybe what the modern-day center has to do, especially a guy that doesn't have a tremendous amount of skill. That is set screens, go out and rebound, and be an enforcer. That's exactly what Pachulia provided for the Warriors in his first year.
Stolen by Waiters. And here we go with Waiters running it up the court. And the layup falls. Here's Thompson. At the elbow, Green. And it's Green with the jam.
Like seeing Clay get off the ball there. Outstanding court recognition.
Now Wade. Screen by Olynyk. Wade dishes to Olynyk. Waiters on the wing. Olynyk sets a screen for Waiters. Up off the look at that.
Well, he can elevate, and Waiters doing damage that time at the rim.
Curry kicks to Green. The feet to Pachulia. Thompson in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. Miami leading by 5. Here's Wade. And the shot is long.
Well, shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Over Waiters, and it's Thompson that time on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 5 assists in the game. Miami's gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Here's Dragic, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Dragic has got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's why you have to love how good a floor general Dragic can be. Fantastic pick and roll there.
Curry kicks to Durant. Green, the screen. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction, and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Now here's Waiters. Lays it up off the glass. Waiters got 10 points here in the second half.
And he prefers to have the ball in his hands to break down the defense. Waiters with the explosive drive there.
Curry kicks to Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Waiters against Thompson. Waiters into the lane. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. And it goes on Draymond Green. Brett, last season you can think of several huge plays and big shots for Dion Waiters. He had a handful of game winners for his team, and one thing Waiters has is the confidence to take that last shot with the game on the line.
Well, I remember the quote from Waiters where he said, I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 9, because if you go 0 for 9, that means you stop shooting. I guarantee you any coach he plays for would have him stop at 0 for 9. But the confidence is there always for Dion Waiters.
Free throw, no good for Waiters.
Still struggling to find some consistency as an offensive player, but Waiters does get to the free throw line a fair amount for a guy who shoots so many threes.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
They set the pick. Down low, Curry with the steal. Whiteside, and they pick up 2. Whiteside's got 26.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Fires from the wing. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Waiters with the ball. Picked up by Thompson. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him. Waiters with the ball. Here's Dragic from outside. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Durant's got his 4th rebound in this one. Curry on the wing. He's guarded by Dragic. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Another miss by Dragic.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Pachulia kicks to Thompson. Back to Pachulia. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Persistence from Pachulia. Say that 5 times fast, Kevin.
The Heat leading by 3. Waiters outside. He kicks it to Dragic. Pass to Whiteside. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. And that's now 28 points for Hassan Whiteside. Pick by Pachulia. Here's Durant. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
Happy to put the team on his back, especially in the biggest of moments. Durant nails a huge shot.
Waiters with the screen for Dragic. Curry against Waiters. This is to Wade. .129 left in the fourth quarter. Nice D from Durant. Curry with it. Now guarded by Dragic. And it's blocked by Whiteside.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league. Well, Dwayne Wade's such a calming influence, but huge amounts of trust in these moments.
That free throw good from Wade.
Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Durant just inside the line, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Durant's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Despite a laid-back nature, Durant demands the ball in crunch time. This is why.
And here's Thompson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Nice dedicated drive there from Clay. He committed to it, got all the way in there for contact.
Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Seems like the more that's at stake, the more he rises to the challenge.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Green against Waiters. And it's Wade in the corner. Wade, double team. Clock at 4.
It's a thing of beauty when it goes in. Waiters with his own style from deep.
Time working against them here.
Got to grab a quick score and a foul, and even then it might be too late.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Two shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Now a timeout called by Golden State. They trail by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Well, I mean, if they can score, then they're going to have to foul immediately.
Well, I'm sure that's part of the discussion, not whether to foul, but maybe who.
And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Hassan Whiteside.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Thompson for the triple. Sinks it. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Oh, that is the play of the game.
Nothing more rewarding than hitting the big shot for your team.
Two shots.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a three-point game.
Well, important there to have the three-point lead because only a three can tie it up now.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They're down by 3. We've got 13 seconds left in the game. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Count it! A tremendous three to tie it up.
And that's why this team loves having Klay Thompson. Big shot.
Timeout called the Heat. The score knotted at 125. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth. Here's Wade for the win. He got it!
Man!
He caught it!
This is what you got to do.
Woo. I can't believe it. How in the world can you end the game on a shot like that?
So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Steph, you guys were down. How did you get back, and what did you do to spark your team?
I don't know, just be aggressive. That's all we do. The shots are going to fall as long as we got defensive stops and kept ourselves in the game. That we have enough talent on this team to turn the tide. So it says a lot about who we are and what our mission is this year.
Great win, Steph. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.